Tim Hasselbeck, because it's not your favorite time of the year growing up. It was for me because I was a good student. It's report card time. That's right.
See, that's not nice. You didn't even know me back then.
But a little bit accurate?
Yeah, always too chatty was the notes from the teacher.
Not surprised. All right, let's get to grading our certain quarterbacks, Tim, from Week 6, kind enough to join us. And let's start with going across the pond in what we saw in the London game. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags get their first win after staging that late game comeback over Miami. What grade would you give T-Law, Trevor Lawrence?
Well, let me preface this by saying I'm a lenient grader, I've realized. Kind of like if I was a professor at Notre Dame, Jordan, instead of a place like BC where you got to earn it. So here's the deal. Here's what I would say. I'm going to give him an A-, all right? And the reason I'm giving him an A- is, look, you mentioned it. You got to play at 9:30. You got to go across the Atlantic to play. He throws it over 40 times and, throws for over 300 yards. And I think that, for all intents and purposes, he was giving his team a chance to win. Was it perfect? No, but I think he had a lot put on him, kind of in a tough spot, playing early, playing over there. And so for that reason, to get your first win, that deserves an A- in my book.
Shay, BC was my fallback school.
Okay,
I just want to be very clear.
I thought Indiana was your fallback school. He's moving on to you now, Tim. He's saying it was BC. All right, let's go to the Detroit Lions. Ram coach Sean McVay said this week that he regretted the way the trade went down with Jared Goff and the Lions and the Rams. Well, perhaps there may be some regrets on the Detroit end as well, because the Lions are winless at this point. And they they lost to the amazing Bengals over the weekend. Jared Goff threw for 202 yards and had an interception. But how would you grade Goff thus far, meaning he's in Detroit and they have no wins?
Yeah, well, I'm giving him a C, and again, maybe that's a little lenient, but I think part of it is that the supporting cast isn't great. They're really struggling there, and so I think there's been a lot put on Jared Goff, maybe in a way that's somewhat unfair. You mentioned the Bengals, and I know Jordan was repping his Burrow jersey this week. I know he's all excited. That is a good football team, and so losing to the Bengals is different than it's been in the past. Look, I think there'll be better days ahead. I know that, there's some talk about changes being made in Detroit. It's not all on Jared Goff. For that reason, I'm giving him a C. Can he play better? Yeah, he can. I don't think it's been a failing grade. I think he's middle of the road.
Okay, so with that being said, though, Tim, I did hear this week Dan Campbell say that essentially the onus kind of does fall on Jared Goff and that he really needs to step his game up. So if he does elevate his play, is a win in their future or maybe a higher grade?
Yeah, look, I think a win is in their future. Again, it's a bad team. We talk about this all the time. Quarterbacks get too much credit, too much blame, and I think that's what's going on here. I mean, the reality is no, he's not playing great, but it's hard to play great when the supporting cast isn't good. And then, when you're losing, everyone's going to look at the head coach and look at the quarterback. And it's easy to look at Goff because he kind of was just pushed to the side by the Rams. Look, he's a guy, he took a team to a Super Bowl. It's not like he doesn't know how to play. Can he play better? Yes. Is a win in their future at some point. But look, it's not a good team all the way around.
Yeah, they have to play the Rams this weekend. Might be a little tough.
Yeah, it will be interesting. You got to find wins somewhere. It's a competitive league. They'll figure it out at some point. Tim, how about Monday night? What we saw with the Titans, an underdog as they took on the Buffalo Bills. Everyone talking about the 4th and 1. Most definitely everybody talking about Derrick Henry and his massive performance in this one. But the quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, throws for 216 yards and also throws 1 interception. Pedestrian numbers, what grade would you give Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah, I'm actually going to give him a B+, which maybe, seems high considering, the numbers you just referenced, Jordan. But here's what I would say. The interception was bad, and I thought that it was a bit of a force. But it came after some really bad drops, and bad drops on critical downs. It was a 3rd down drop by A.J. Brown. I don't know that the perimeter guys played all that well. And part of what's going to happen in Tennessee is they're going to run the football. The offense is going to be designed around Derrick Henry, which I think in some ways is always going to make Ryan Tannehill's numbers at times look somewhat pedestrian. But is he playing winning football? Is he doing the things in critical situations to give them a chance to win? And I believe that he is. And so, look, that's winning football. It's winning football in the context of what they're doing offensively. So, B+ for me.
I like that.
He is a lenient grader.
He is a lenient grader. I would have loved Tim as my teacher.
Makes points, though, as to why, though.
That's Tim Hasselbeck. He's our quarterback guru, giving us the very latest. Thank you so much for being with us here on Sports Nation, Tim. We'll catch up with you soon.
See you guys.
See ya.